From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. This local and regional news update is brought to you by Northway Bank. Get big savings close to home with Northway Bank's Community Sense digital coupon book, filled with valuable money-saving coupons from hundreds of Northway Bank business customers. Visit northwaybank.com for more info. Northway Bank, with 17 locations throughout New Hampshire. The people you know, the bank you trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Officials with the New Hampshire Fish and Game Department are urging hikers to properly prepare for their hikes after two recent search and rescue incidents. Conservation Officer Matt Holmes says the latest incident happened Monday afternoon when two hikers from Vermont were caught by a severe storm while on the summit of Mount Madison. Holmes says 27-year-old Stephanie Watkins and 28-year-old Raymond Barnard of Brownsville were soaked by heavy rains and winds of nearly 90 miles per hour that forced them to take shelter against rocks on the trail. The cold and wet couple called 911 for help about 7 o'clock Monday night as dense fog reduced visibility and temperatures began to drop. Conservation officers were joined in a rescue party by a couple of members of the Androscoggin Valley Search and Rescue Team, and they hiked nearly 4 miles up Madison on the Valley Way Trail and started searching the Pine Link Trail. The rescue group found the couple shortly after 1 o'clock yesterday morning, about a quarter mile from the Madison Springs hut. The pair was provided dry clothing and talked to the rescuers. Holmes says their use of sleeping bags and a tent rain fly may have saved their lives. Rescuers walked the couple out and reached a parking lot on Route 2 in Randolph shortly after 4:30 yesterday morning. Holmes says the couple was prepared for a multi-day hike with sleeping bags and a tent and paid attention to trail signs and markings, which helped in the rescue because cell phone coverage was spotty and provided incorrect GPS location coordinates. He cautions rain gear that may function well under normal conditions may not be sufficient under extreme conditions the couple experienced. And he says the Appalachian Mountain Club and the Randolph Mountain Club have closed up many of their backcountry shelters and reduced staff with the approach of the winter season, meaning hikers should be more self-sufficient and expect longer rescue times. Another rescue mission Monday successfully located a 23-year-old special needs Mill River, Massachusetts man after he became separated from his party while hiking Mount Sunapee. Officers cautioned about the shorter hours of daylight and the need to bring a flashlight, the need to check the weather forecast and stay with your group, and urge hikers to check the responsibility code and tips at the website hikesafe.com. A spokesperson for the Freiburg Fair says she's elated the way things went at this year's 163rd running of Maine's Blue Ribbon Classic that finished Sunday. Gene Andrews, who's worked at the fair for nearly 2 decades, says total paid attendance this year was 166,510 people, up about 23,000 from last year.
It was a great week. The weather was just great. No major incidents. People love coming to the fair. It's a tradition. They're happy to be here, and we're happy to have them.
Andrews cites a few of the many fair highlights this year as the locked antler moose displays from New Hampshire and Maine, appearing together in the Natural Resource Building for the first time ever at the fair, a new expo building, and a goat playground area complete with apparatus. Andrews is in charge of specialty foods at the fair, and she cites a zucchini salsa and moxie jelly as being very popular. She says she's sure the fair brings a lot of money into the valley.
They start a week and a half before setting up, brings a lot of people into the area. Vendors are staying at local hotels, motels, or campsites, campgrounds, renting RVs. Restaurants are visited by many of our vendors and campers that stay here for the 8-day event. What's great is that there's a lot of activities other than the fair going on as well. You've got the peak foliage season going on. You've got the corn maze over at Sherman. So there's a lot of things to do.
Freiburg Police Chief Phil Weymouth reports there were no serious incidents during the week. Next year's fair runs from September 28th through October 5th. In sports, the Red Sox are going to the American League Champions Series after beating the Tampa Bay Rays 3-1 last night. The Sox will open at home Saturday against either the Oakland A's or Detroit Tigers. Oakland hosts Detroit in a decisive Game 5 tonight. And the Portland Pirates open their season tonight against Manchester in their new home in Lewiston. In the weather today, Areas of frost this morning, mostly sunny today, highs in the lower 60s with light winds. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 30s, and a chance of frost in sheltered areas in the morning Thursday. Mostly sunny, highs around 70. From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie.